So I'm here to talk about the new moon. And this is a really interesting energy. I feel like the end of this moon cycle leading up to this new moon, the balsamic moon, dark moon, was really tiring just because of the willful energy that's in the air, right? And in the fields and having to move through it when the moon cycle is waning and where we're supposed to be getting into more modes of stillness and rest. And I think this is because Mars is still very close to this Capricorn sun. And so, yeah, we have a strong Mars still. And so, purpose and what we're working and building and fighting towards is very strong and present. And so, we have some energies here that also make it even more pronounced by this incoming Mercury Sun conjunction this week in the next couple of days. And again, that's also amplifying purpose, the Sun with mind, and how mind has caught up with life or the Sun. And in Mercury's cycle, we have the slowing and we have the speeding up. And right now, it's more or less in sync, right? And so the things that we're thinking right now may very well manifest more quickly, right? So when we talk about Mercury retrograde, we talk about, revising, revisioning, going back to what we were doing before and da 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 da. We're on the other side of that in the cycle. So what I want to bring forward is this aspect of, or I should say, the quality of this year and the important aspect of the Saturn-Neptune conjunction that will be coming at the end of February as a very strong ignition point. And so right now, the seeds that we're planting right now in this new moon, I feel like are going to be impacting all of this and this year. Capricorn, when we think of the sign of Capricorn, we think about work, we think about purpose, what we're building, driving, climbing towards, and what for. And with Mars here, there could be a sense of sacrifice here, really coming into a confrontation, or maybe for this whole year, right? A confrontation or something that we have to move towards as far as what we need to let go in order to have the higher ideal. And with Neptune here, it's very strong. Neptune moving into Aries is going to be so much stronger, right? And so, of course, there's a positive and negative, there's a shadow, and there's a light side to this. But what I want to bring forward is the spiritual aspect of Capricorn, and actually Capricorn is the archetype of the initiate. And in esoteric astrology, the initiate is really somebody who realizes and decides to orient their will and their purpose towards spirit. That there's going to be a point in time where this incarnate earthly bodily self will die, will no longer be, and we're going to pass into the gate of spirit. And when we orient ourselves to this understanding, then things change. Then the things that we've been applying our will towards could be changing, right? If we decide to take the path of the initiate, right? That when we put our energy, our force, and our will towards the non-material. So, again, when we think of Capricorn, we think of the executive, we think of power, and we think that, and unfortunately in our culture, in our overculture, that is money, right? So what I'm trying to say is, let's think about the higher purpose behind the material at this new moon. So yeah, I'm just going to leave you there.